Good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a Wednesday morning. And I am on my way to work. I'm struggling a bit, but I am on my way. As some of you will know, I've been not too well for the last couple of days. And again, I would have to tell you the best way I can describe this is if I seem to do anything that I thoroughly enjoy. If I do anything I seem to thoroughly enjoy, then my body punishes me for a couple of days. Now I know that's not true, but it's how it feels. So I had a really good time on Saturday. I sort of tried to play catch up on Sunday, so I was a bit busier than normal on Sunday as well. Then Monday I couldn't move. Well, I could, but I was really fuzzy. And again yesterday. So I'm not 100% sure what this is that happens to me. I will obviously be discussing with my doctor again, see if he's got any bright ideas about what causes this. I'm wondering whether it is, I don't know, some sort of migraine-y thing that happens to me. I'm really not sure. All I know is I get up in the morning, or I try to get up in the morning, and I'm sort of really lightheaded, and my head's just not feeling good. And then I sleep for really, I slept all night on Sunday night, and then slept until after I woke up and phoned the office and said I wasn't going to be coming in. I slept until, again, 2 o'clock or something. Got up, made some food, took my meds, did all those sort of things, and went back to bed and slept again until about 6. And then managed to get to sleep about midnight. So I had lots of catch-up sleep. It wasn't that I was overly tired in terms of sleep, because Tuesday morning I still wasn't functioning right. So anyway, the good news is I'm feeling a whole lot better today. Not brilliant, but I did manage to get up and get dressed, and that is a good sign. I always reckon if I can get up and get dressed, that's a good reason to be going to work. So how have you all been? I thank you for all of you who wrote notes to wish me well. Thank you very much indeed. I know that it sounds a little strange, but I really do appreciate it. Make up your mind. You can tell I'm going to be in one of those moods today. There's a flag person waving all the traffic down, waving them down, waving down. And she carried on doing that, so I kept slowing down behind the car behind me. And then when the car behind me passed her, she still kept doing it. So I kept slowing down. And then she's going, hurry up. It's like, really? Tell me what I think about that. When are they not tearing up my road? Seriously. For those of you who've been viewers for a long time, look at the size of those water lines. For those of you who've been viewers a long time, I think you will know that for as long as I've been doing the vlogs on the way to work, they've been messing with my road at one point or another. It's insane. Progress, I guess. I'm just looking at the size of those water pipes. They are massive, which tells me they're expecting a lot more development now my way. Huh. Oh well. Now it's amazing what a small world it really is. And I have no idea how this came about, but it goes to show you that you never know. I got an email or a Facebook message, I think, from somebody over the weekend. And as some of you may know, the other Doug in my life, because the one Doug you all know about, I went to the rugby with, but the other Doug in my life is the guy who plays the musical saw. There's a garden saw, and he can make classical music ring out of that thing like you cannot believe. It's mind-blowing. Well, I get a Facebook message from this woman who says, I think this is my long-lost cousin. And if you're still in touch, which of course I am, perhaps you could let him know my contact details. Name and contact details. So I did. But what a small world. I mean, there's part of me that had to chuckle. And the reason for that is, in today's reality, how lost can the long-lost cousin be? And I just decided to try that out. I actually typed in his name in Google to see, did it come up? Yep. But I guess there were a lot of people with that name, and she might never have gone down past the first three. But anyway, the good news is, hopefully I've connected to long-lost cousins. And so it is an incredibly small world, isn't it? Now, the other thing that's happened, I sort of called this Catch-Up Wednesday today. The other thing that happened is, you remember there was a viewer that was extremely rude to me, and that upset a number of viewers. But this is the weird thing. I get a message yesterday, Facebook message or whatever. I get a message yesterday from a lady who tells me that the vile emails were sent by her. She had been this other person's girlfriend, and he dumped her. And she had got into his email address whilst he was showering. And sent me the message from hell. Now, I'm certain a lot of you are raising your eyebrows on that one. But here's the thing. I did actually write back and say that it takes great courage to tell that sort of truth. And there is a saying in the Bible somewhere that says, let ye without sin cast the first stone. And I was thinking back in my life, had I ever in my life done a revenge thing? Because that's obviously what it was. And I'd love to tell you the answer is no, but you know me better than that. But I'm not quite sure I did that. But I definitely am not without sin on this one. So how about the rest of you? Any of you do a revenge thing? somebody that decided they didn't love you anymore. You know, there was a great song by Billy Ocean, I believe, called What Would You Do? And it talks to the, you know, asks the question, what would you do if I told you I loved you? Or something. And it basically says, now that you don't love me anymore. And how he'd go down on his knees and sort of pray to the good stars above, you know, just to get one more day. I will sure that there are a couple of people that know exactly the song I'm talking about. Younger people, of course. And, well, younger than I am, but not too young, otherwise you wouldn't remember the song. So, yeah, I would love to be that person that I could be mature enough in the breakup of a relationship to actually just say that. And I do know it is the most healthy way to be able to do it, I guess. But I do believe I'm a lot better than I was. I'm just thinking back to the last relationship I had, and I actually severed it myself. And the reason I did, sorry, there's a dirty great truck about to take a very hate it when those big articulated trucks try and take a corner right in front of my car. Anyway, so there's the thing. So that's our thought for the day. Try not to be a revengeful person today. And if the person who actually wrote to me is listening to this, which I think they might, if they do, then can I just give you a quick hug and say to you that if you didn't care so much, it wouldn't have hurt so much. And I'm a great believer in that. If you hadn't cared about him so much, it wouldn't have hurt so much when he decided to break up with you, and therefore you wouldn't have felt the need to have revenge. What I learned, young lady, if you're listening, what I learned is if I truly love this person, about the last thing I want to do is have revenge. If I truly love this person, then surely what I want for them is for them to be happy, even if it's without me. Took me a long time to learn that lesson. And I say the same to my friends. You know, I've had some friendships blow up in my time, and what I've done is I have really understood that I need to let them go. If that's what they want to do, then I need to let them go. And as the saying goes, if they come back, that's fine. If they don't, that's also fine. You know, it doesn't mean it doesn't make me very sad. It does. But I cannot live my life by it. I cannot be defined by it. I cannot live my life and be happy based on whether you like me or not. Well, that's not true, is it? But I think you know what I'm saying. I think that any one individual likes me or not, right? I need to just carry on and be who I am. And if you don't like who I am, that's your right. And I really uphold that, and I understand it, and I actually admire it. What I like to believe is if I've done any good in my time in the world and in the relationship, whatever that relationship is, that if I've done any good, that eventually that person will want more of my madness in their life. And if they do, then they'll come back. And funny enough, that has happened to me this week, where somebody I haven't really spoken to for quite a while, but I know will always love me at some level, regardless of the behavior. Just wrote and said, can we do coffee? Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I have no reason to be revengeful. I don't have enough time left in my life. And that's not because of my age, that's because I'd like to suggest that you all understand that we really don't know how much time we have left. So there are the two sides to the coin. One is, I love you enough to want you to be happy, even if it's without me. And especially without me, if that is true. And the opposite of that is, what do you mean you don't love me? And then let me see how I can hurt you. It's a punishment. And that, I'd like to suggest, comes from somebody who's hurting a great deal. And hopefully in time they will learn a different coping mechanism. And having been there and done that, I know the pain. I know the pain of living my life trying to please other people. So, remember the Jerry Jampolsky thing. It's either love or it's fear. Think about it. Think about your emotions. Think about your reactions. Are you coming from a place of love or a place of fear? And a place of love says, I'm not really sure what's going on in your life right now, but I do know that if you think you'd be happier without me, that's okay. And I'd like to believe that the place of love also says, and my arms will be open to greet you back again should you ever wish to return. Now, admittedly, the arms might have a couple of bruises on them. This is DearMamaSal saying, try not to come from a place of fear. Bye-bye for now.